Hey there, this is Vicki coming to you from Upper Room Ministries, giving you your daily dose of spiritual oxygen. I'm in my car again. You got to realize reason why I do these recordings in the car. One is one place that I don't get interrupted, but two is because I'm in ministry, and in ministry I go and love on souls. To go on loving souls, I have to travel sometimes to them. Here's today's interesting situation, and I bet you've experienced the same thing. Have you ever started your morning planning your day out on where you would be and how you would be in certain areas? Of course you have. Then have you, as you planned out your day, started your morning and something shifted? Of course you have. Same thing happened to me today. I'd like to give you a perspective. Your perspective is you're still on course. You haven't deviated. If you are doing what love requires, and you're trusting that there's spiritual breadcrumbs that God is laying out for you, that the Holy Spirit is prompting you to go to, then you're still on track. You're still on course. Your witness is to do what love requires in the moment and be the witness of maintaining peace through the superpower of heaven, which is grace, and know. You're in the knowing place that you're not off track. If you're still doing what love requires, you've never deviated. It only looks like it in the world. Continue to follow the spiritual breadcrumb and see where it leads you. Well, my plan was initially I would take my daughter to school, then I would get ready to go to Holy Mass, and then I would go to pray the Holy Rosary, and then I would do the next thing. Well, what happened is my son, because of a car being fixed, needed transportation to a meeting, and after the meeting, which I'm getting ready to pick him up at, he will need to go to work. All right. Well, I'm going to take him to work. That decision was made because I'm doing what love requires in that moment. Remember, my plan is actually not off track. It's on track. I'm staying the course on doing what love requires. Could you host that position for just a moment? Did you see the breath come? That's the breath of the Holy Spirit, you breathing as one. All right. So this is what happened. I was trying to then figure out, after I dropped him off at work, I missed Holy Mass. I thought, do I go home? Do I go back to church and pray the Holy Rosary? I might have time to do that. I didn't get the answer on which thing to do next until I started driving. And I was on course driving, waiting for the answer. Now, I wasn't waiting like this. I was waiting like this. I wasn't waiting like this, waiting with my hands crossed. Well, I was waiting like this, expectantly. I'm going to get an answer. I'm not sure what it's going to look like currently, but I am going to get one. So I drive in trust. I'm operating. This is faith in action. You see, I'm exercising that spiritual muscle I talked to you about. I'm driving and I go to church. Even though I've missed Holy Mass, even though I'm going to be late for Holy Rosary, it looks like I'm just going to be late. But remember, I'm not off track. I'm on track. I'm not off track. I'm on track. I'm on course. Because I'm doing what love requires, following those spiritual breadcrumbs that the Holy Spirit's laying out. This is what happened. Here comes the breath again. I arrive, and a woman comes out who I've been wanting to speak with. You know what to call that. It's a divine appointment through divine timing. See that? I wasn't off course. I was on course. I show up, and she and I talk about the 40 days of life. I would not have had that conversation had I not arrived at that time, which looked like I was late twice. But that conversation occurred. She and I had the conversation we needed to have. We've set up an appointment to be able to meet and talk about being a voice for the voiceless, the babies in the womb. Wow. See? I wasn't off course, I was on course. You make the decision to know that there's providence before the event, and that providence looked like this for me. It looked like in the world I was late twice. It looked like I was deviating off my course by having to take my son to work. But I wasn't off course, I was on course. Today, you're on course doing what love requires, knowing that providence is before the event that has occurred in your life. Just follow those spiritual breadcrumbs. Breathe in the spiritual oxygen. And from my heart to yours, this has been your daily dose of spiritual oxygen. Check me out on YouTube. Your daily dose of spiritual oxygen, Vicki Smith. And also on my other websites when you subscribe. All right. You take care. God bless. And until the next time, don't forget, God's got this. And He's got you. Live faithfully one moment at a time.